Hey guys, Graham here from therecordingrevolution.com with 5 minutes to a better mix, where we're looking at 31 mixing tips in 31 days. Today's mix tip is about getting a fatter kick drum sound. If you have a recorded kick drum sound and it's not as fat as you would want it to be, let's say you didn't capture as much of the low end that you would have liked, or let's say it's a track you're mixing and you didn't have any control of the actual placement of the kick drum mic, and you have plenty of beater head, but you need some more low end in your kick drum. Here's a great way to do it. In Pro Tools, you can use something called Signal Generator, and a lot of DAWs should have something like this. It's a simple plugin that will create sine waves or different kind of waves and just create a note or a signal at a certain frequency. And what we can do is take advantage of a low frequency sine wave that's artificially created and blend it with our kick drum. And let me show you what I mean. Right now I've got my kick drum soloed. And I've got a gate on it, so you're just hearing the kick drum. It's real nice. What I'm going to do here in Pro Tools, and again, follow along in any other DAW, this will work just the same. I'm going to create a new mono aux track. And in Pro Tools, an aux track is just a track that's a placeholder for any kind of audio to send through or plugins to put on. I'm going to go ahead and solo this, and I'm going to name this Signal. What I'm going to do is come up here to the insert and come down to Other and choose Signal Generator. All right. It's got 1,000 hertz is what it's playing at a sine wave, and so I just muted that right now. But it's, you see the level is one constant continuous sound at all times. Okay. We want to keep a sine wave because that's the most natural audio wave. You take a listen to what a square wave sounds like. All right, really annoying. So we'll keep a nice sine wave, but we don't want 1,000 hertz. We want something low. Let's try 60 hertz. I'll solo that. You hear that? Low frequency stuff, 60 hertz, which is a lot of the oomph you get in a kick drum. So the idea is that's playing nonstop, and that's not really helpful. So what we want to do is use the kick drum to trigger this signal, this low frequency signal, to only open up with the kick drum so that you only hear it when a kick drum's hitting. And we do this by using a side chain and a key input on a gate. Sounds more complicated than it is, but what we're going to do is we're going to send a copy of this kick drum to a mono bus. Okay? I'm going to bring this all the way up to unity gain. And what this means is a digital copy of my kick drum is being sent to bus 3, which does nothing at this moment. But what we're going to do is put a gate plugin right after the signal generator. And I'm going to bring the threshold up real quick. I'm going to set this to 101 ratio so it completely mutes it when the threshold hasn't been met. And instead of it being a traditional gate that's going to open when the threshold's met, we don't want this gate to be dependent on the signal generator because it's always playing. We want this gate to open up dependent on when the kick drum hits. And what you can do is use something called a key input. So right up here, I can say the input that I want to determine this gate, I want it to be bus 3 because that's coming from my kick drum. So anything coming through bus 3 is going to tell this gate to open. And that would be my kick drum and only my kick drum. So if you're following along so far, that should make sense. The kick drum is going to tell this gate on this track on the signal generator to open up. And then we're just going to make sure that the side chain key input is selected here as well. So that's going to be the main input. Going to bring the threshold down. And so even though it's met my threshold, the gate has not opened up because it's not getting any signal from my kick drum. But I'm going to press play. And you're going to see hear the kick drum, and the kick drum is going to be opening the signal generator, and you're going to hear both playing at the same time. Let's take a listen. That's just the kick by itself. Bring in the signal generator. There you have it. It's bringing in an extra 60 hertz, some fatness, some low end every time a kick drum hits. It's automated. It's good to go. You never have to mess with it. and in your entire mix, you're going to have that nice low end blended in with your kick. And again, you can adjust the volume of this fader. Like I turned it up a little bit here, so I heard more of that low end, and just adjust it to taste so it sounds good in your mix. Hope that helps you guys. Again, this is Graham at therecordingrevolution.com. This has been 5 minutes to a better mix. We're going to see you on the next video, guys.